Hello. Thank you for coming to the Child Care Millionaire YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be talking about a topic that's kind of near and dear to my heart, and that is how to work together without killing each other in the childcare business or really in any business.
Right.
So, we've been working together side by side for 25 years now, and we're still alive. We haven't killed each other yet. No, we get along great. But we wanted to give you some tips and tools if you're working together as husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, 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 boyfriend, boyfriend, or friend, friend, or whatever combination of partnerships that you have. We want to make sure that we have give you some tools and tips to help you get through that. So one of the things we did early on after we had problems, which, when you're working together initially, it create problems, was to establish clear lines, clear lanes of responsibility. We settled in for me being the financial person, handling all the financial side of the childcare business, and Carol settled in as the people person, dealing with operation, logistics, dealing with directors, dealing with employees. You think that's worked out good so far?
Yeah, so far, for the most part.
It's just that was my superpower, to deal with the finances and expansion. I always worked on the expansion side, and Carol is great with people, so it really worked well with her. This is not easy to do, especially because I just always want to try to fix things. So I used to constantly be all up in her, as my daughter would say, up in her grill, whatever the heck that means, is really be in, try to like micromanage and try to find out what's going on in her business, and it created a lot of friction. And we found out by me having and having these clear lanes of responsibility that just doesn't happen like it used to. It used to bother you, didn't it, when I would be up in your grill?
Yeah, definitely.
So another thing that we did was have weekly meetings. We meet weekly. We talk about business stuff. She fills me in what's going on her side. I fill her in on what's going on the financial side. And we try to keep the meetings where we're just kind of listening and not really interjecting too much. We'll ask for opinions back and forth. And I think I've learned pretty much where if Carol asks for my opinion, then I'll give it to her. But I tend to not butt in at other times because it just stresses me out. I'll let her worry about her side. I tend to not want to stress her out of what's going on my side either. So we tend to we work in our own lanes. We kind of leave each other alone, but we talk about important things when we need to. Just why do we vacation so much?
Because working together all the time is stressful. And sometimes you just have to unplug from the business and chill.
And you say, well, you're vacationing together. When I'm on a beach in Jamaica, it's like I'm the only person in the world. Even though she's laying next to me, I close my eyes, I hear the waves. It's like I go to my happy place, because that is my happy place, and just relax and unwind. And we're together, but we're enjoying it as husband and wife. We're not enjoying it as business partners.
Right.
And that's the secret, is to find the things that you enjoy doing as husband and wife, not as business partners. You've got to separate. We went to the movies the other night as husband and wife, not as business partners. So you turn off the phone, you don't get interrupted. You have that time every night at 7:00. We have a work cutoff time. That's another great idea as well. So 7:00 is our cutoff time, where there's no work talk after that point. We turn our phones off for the most part, unless there's something emergency related. We know we're going to get a phone call. Usually 7:00. That's it. We watch TV. We hold hands. We unwind. We do fun stuff. We go snowmobiling. Sometimes we do a night snowmobile ride. But when we do things together, like jet skiing or snowmobiling or boating or zip lining or jumping out of airplanes, whatever crazy stuff we're doing it as husband and wife. We never do that stuff as business partners. So we were able to separate and you got to find that fun time away from work time, that you have that separation. Any other topics on that?
Well, I would say one very important thing that we found is, you as a husband or wife, you try to protect your spouse from something that stresses you and they can't do anything about. Like, this is stressing me out and I know they can't really help me, so why should I stress them? The problem with that is, when you're running a business, you can't keep areas of the business secret from each other. But you can say, I'm going to let you know what's going on. I'm dealing with it. So I don't want you to fix it. I don't want you to stress over it. I just want you to be aware in case something comes of this in the future. So that, and you can do that at your weekly meetings, or you can do that if it's something more important, you can do it in between. But another thing is to, it's very, it's like because you run a business together, it's very easy to not get out of work mode. So you really have to have that unplugged time, because when you're thinking about work and you're thinking about work, you really want to go to your spouse or business partner and talk to them about it. But you have to have your own time. You have to unplug from your business, whether it's vacation or the evening or whatever.
Yeah. And we found out that we needed time away from our children and our business.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the children could be the one that you escape to, and then the other person gets ignored during that time too.
Mm-hmm.
Husband and wife time or partner time, you need that time with just you two to connect outside of work without work talk as well. So just be careful with that. Like I said, it took us a long time to figure that out. That's why we wanted to put this video together. If you're new at working with your spouse or your partner, be very mindful that you're going to have some problems early on. It doesn't mean you have problems in your marriage. It just means you have problems working as business partners, and you have to figure out what that is. And it's usually not having clear lanes of responsibility.
Right.
And if we could help you out, feel free to email us at ccm@childcaremillionaire.com. We can give you some advice. The last thing I want to talk about is never put yourself in compromising positions that could hurt your marriage or your business. Now, what do I mean by that? I'm a guy. And one thing I was always mindful of is I work in a profession that's 95% women. And in some areas, it's 99% women. And I was always been surrounded with them. And it could be very flattering. I deal with all these ladies all the time. And sometimes as the owner, they get a little bit complimentary to you. It's dangerous. Be very careful. We've known a lot of problems that have been caused by that. The guy owner gets a little too close with a female worker, and all of a sudden the rumor mill starts. Mm-hmm. The wife finds out. You have to fire the people. The lawsuit comes in. It could be a bloody mess. That's why Carol deals with the staff. I do not. It's one of the reasons why we've kept that lane separation. I did it for a couple of years. I was always uncomfortable doing it. I made sure I never alone in an office. I never alone in a car. I never go on a business trip with anybody of the opposite sex for that exact reason, because appearances matter. You got to be very careful, protect you. So if you're never in a compromising position, you never have to worry about something bad happening. And the wife can trust you knowing that you're always front and center. We always talked about that. Anything to add on that?
No, just that it can be dangerous in so many ways. And not only that, if I were to fire an employee, you don't ever want that employee to have any ammunition to go back on the husband and say he did something, because all he has to say is, I was never alone with that person. There's never one time that we were in a room together alone, or a car or anything. Yep. So then you don't have anything to prove. You don't have to prove that you didn't do it, because they have no proof on their part.
Another reason we have cameras in every classroom at all.
Right.
Excellent. Thank you for bringing that up. But it's just one of those things that's not really a spoken rule. Never heard a coach talk about that, but it's something that's very important in our business, our marriage. And that's just, we learned that in church early on, never put yourself in compromising position. We've been very important about that through our marriage. And what's the last thing? Is there anything else you want to talk about with this?
No.
So just like I said, have clear lanes of responsibility, be able to talk to your spouse. One thing that we do is called a heart talk. And it's something we learned from an organization called Focus on the Family. We go to marriage retreats. We've been to several of them. And in there, it learns how to husband and wife, or the partner, how to communicate. And a lot of times, me as a man, I like to fix things. And it's not always the guy in a relationship. Sometimes it's the lady, but somebody is probably the fixer in your relationship. I'm the fixer. So when Carol comes to me with a problem, as the man of the house, I want to be the fixer. I want to fix whatever issues that pains her. I want to fix it because it bothers me when the love of my life, the most beautiful woman of the world beside me, is having any kind of stress or pain. I want to solve that pain for her so bad. So I'll give suggestions. When she doesn't want a suggestion, all she wants is somebody to listen to her. She has it figured out in her head. She just needs somebody to vent to. Am I saying it correctly?
Yeah, pretty much. I just need to inform you. I don't need you to do anything.
So we have these things called heart talks. And when Carol says, can you do a heart talk? And I say, yes, that just means she could bring up any subject. And all I could do is listen and repeat back to her what the issue is. So I hear it. And I can't respond at that point.
Right.
I can come back at a later time and we could discuss that. But in the past, I would have been very defensive. I would try to fix it. We would start a fight over the issue. And all she wanted to do was me to listen. And I was just a bad listener because I wanted to be a fixer. And now I've become a much better listener. We're still working at it. And it goes both ways. Sometimes I just want to vent to her.
Yeah.
Once in a while. Anything else?
No.
I think that's it. But I hope you got something out of this. If you have not subscribed to the Child Care Millionaire Podcast, we have this kind of tips every single week. We have special guests. We actually talked about this in one of our recent episodes. So the Child Care Millionaire Podcast. And if we can help you out at Child Care Millionaire, go ahead and email us at ccm@childcaremillionaire.com. See you next time.